It was the only platform that I could find that let you annotate into a bundle with a stylus, that let you do a lot of the similar functionality I had found in Adobe, but on an iPad. So you could highlight text, you could use your bookmarking, you could search for particular words, using the OCR function. So it meant that I was starting to get the things that I was becoming dependent on in other programs available to use on a tablet. But then it had the additional features. It had those little where you can kind of screen grab part of the document and have that hyperlinked. So it saved you having to write it all out by hand. It meant that you could have multiple bundles accessible on your iPad without having to worry about where you were storing them or how you were moving between them. And it had the additional benefit of being able to have loads of documents as part of one project. So you weren't having to have 8, 9, 10, 11 PDFs open at one go. You could have them all just as a list of documents that you would switch between in the same way that you would had they been included in the bundle in the first place. I will say that LiquidText has obviously gone on to do additional features, which has meant that it's become more useful. The one that I will use in absolutely every single bundle or brief that I dissect, if I can call it dissecting it, is the ability to highlight everything in different colors and to switch between that very quickly. I'm definitely one of those old school barristers who color codes absolutely everything. Being able, as I said, to kind of lasso certain sections of a page and then have those moved across and just have those hyperlinks so you can see the chunk of text that you are referring to without having to all write it out by hand, but you can jump to that section really quickly in the bundle. I found that particularly helpful when I've used the workspaces, and now you can have more than one workspace. So when I'm preparing for a fact-finding hearing, which to us in the family bar is akin to a criminal trial, but with a lower standard of proof, means that I can start pulling out information, allegation by allegation. So as I read through the bundle and I see that in a witness statement from this witness, they've referred to this incident here, I can pull that information out and just have it there. That's part of workspace 1 for that allegation. As I go through and I see the witness statement in response, I can pull out that information, have it there. If there's photographs, I can link to the photos. If there's GP disclosure, medical disclosure, police disclosure, for example, I can have all of that in one workspace so that when I go back and I go, right, what is the evidence that I have for allegation 1? I can see that all listed in one place in a nice, tidy, easy to find format. So I found that incredibly useful. And that's something I use all the time now. For fact-finding hearings, definitely.